So let's go to the phones right now. Palm Springs. I love Palm Springs. Where I live, people all go to the desert. It's a great spot. So whenever I see somebody pop up from Palm Springs, I'm always eager for that telephone call. Let's go to Palm Springs. Terry in Palm Springs.
I'm so excited to be here. I appreciate you giving me a line for a second.
You got it.
Long-time follower since the 90s. I've been around a couple of days. I called in one time as a scared little kid and got run like a little bitch. But besides that, I've grown up, trying to be real. Been a Raider fan since '74. My stepdad was a Rams fan. My brother says I'm a Raiders fan. I said, so what are my options? He goes, Raiders. I said, okay. So my brother passed away. My stepdad passed away. I'm a Raider fan for life. John Gruden gets our coach, comes back. I think, you know what? This might be the next coming of Jesus. And then I realized it might be the coming of the opposite. You can't be a leader of men and be that kind of person. That breaks my soul, breaks my heart, breaks me in half. But then we get Ruggs, and it shows that, that was the type of person he brought. He hates people, but he brings in the wrong character. But the core is good. Car is good. We will survive. Look out, New York, because we're coming alive. There ain't no doubt about it. I just want to be real. I'm a desert dog. They call me T-Rush. I'll be around.
Whoa. T-Rush. They call you T-Rush. Why?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because my name's Terry and my last name's Rushbelt.
That's not a good call. No.
My brother.
I don't like that call. Not a very good call.
Boy, that was like some of the most delayed self-glossing I've ever heard on the program. Normally when somebody, Terry, sorry to do that, or T-Rush, sorry to do that, but bro, you just said it yourself. You've been around for a minute. You've been listening since you were a kid. You heard the show in the 90s. You're a longtime quote follower. All of that said, Terry, you're not allowed to self-gloss. We don't allow that on the program. There's almost no rules on this show. Have a take, don't suck, don't self-gloss. No bum smack. Other than that, you can pretty much do whatever you want. Almost. You can't self-gloss. You can't come in here with a nickname. I don't care who bestowed that nickname upon you. You can even be that person in your own life, but not in this life, not on this show. You only get a nickname if the show gives you a nickname. I'm not even saying it's got to be me. I'm saying it's got to come from the show, the culture of the show, the fabric of the show. You're not T-Rush here. You're Terry in Palm Springs. If somehow, some way, somebody said something and said, yo, Rome, how about your boy T-Rush? And my response is, hey, that's good. I like that. That's going to stick. Then that's one thing. Then you get the gloss from the program. Now, Terry, you got a bunch of new friends. That just was really delayed. I have two more thoughts on that. Number one, it was the most delayed self-gloss I've ever heard. Normally when somebody self-glosses, they correct me. Normally that would have been like, hey, Terry in Palm Springs, what's cracking? Good to have you on the show. Actually, Rome, it's T-Rush. Actually, no, it's not. And he gets hammered and he gets added to the group. He waited like 3 minutes before he corrected me. Secondarily, notice I gave him a chance to explain it. Normally, I don't do that. Normally, I hear the self-gloss and they get rung up. They get hammered. Alvy comes in with a sledgehammer. The reason I didn't do that is because me, Alvy, and many of you have forever regretted my not asking the so-called zookeeper how he got the name Zookeeper in Toronto. Hey, Seth, how are you?
Hey, Jim, first time, long time. But we got to go with my real name, the Zookeeper.
Oh, dude, awesome. Zookeeper. Good gloss. Where did that come from?
At a buddy's wedding.
Okay, let me correct myself. I did try to get the answer. That's on Alvin. I hate to run Alvy under the bus, but Alvin, that's on you. I didn't say run him. Or I didn't say that's not okay. I said, great gloss. Where did that come from? And he started to answer, but you got all yippy. You yipped up. You brought the hammer down, and we will forever wonder how that guy got that gloss. So notice I said to quote T-Rush. How did you get that name? Because I never want to miss out on a good story. Except T. Rush didn't have a good story for that handle. In fact, it was a bad story. Because there was no story at all. Anyway, Terry, welcome to the family. Say hi to all your new friends.
Levi the Trash Man.
Iceman.
Loney Carter in Spokane.
The Axe.
Bighorn Bowling Ball.
Jay Dizzle. Manny Cheeseburger over here.
Shot caller is in Van City. Lone Prophet. The Grump. The Grouch.
Moldoggy in NorCal.
The Dougler. Zookeeper.
Rooster. Garbage Man, Brad. The Cracker Jack.
G Money. Sexy Rexy from New Mexico. The Red Dog.
Horse Monkey. Tree Frog.
G Money.
B-Man. SD. Bow down.
Z-Man.
Cotton Woman.
His silly rabbit.
Barracuda. The Muscle Shark.
Denver John. The Horse Whisperer.
Main Man here.
The Bread Man.
Tony the Bartender. Tombo. Smokehouse. Cabo Ed.
I'm a desert dog. They call me T-Rush.
Not a good call. No.
The story behind why they call him T. Rush, I think, is that his name is Terry Rush. Holy crap! My man. Yo, Desert Dog. Bro, I appreciate you. I do. That, honestly, I'm going to say that does hurt me more than it hurts you. Normally, I can't wait to say, hey, this is going to hurt you more than it's going to hurt me because it's not going to hurt me at all. That actually does hurt me more than it hurts you. I could tell. You're one of those dudes that stuff doesn't stick to, which I respect. I hate to do you like that because you made it clear that you've listened to me for a long, long time and you appreciate me and you appreciate the show. I'm sorry, but rules are rules. If it's not a good call, you're going to get run. If you self-gloss, you're going to get run. Both those things happened. But I appreciate you, bro. And that hurts me more than it hurts you. Sorry about that. Already, there is reaction. You know something happened if they're reacting before the call is even over. SA Sports Honk is in. Rome, they call me T. Rush because Alvy just rushed me off of the telephone. Sincerely, T. Rush. Hashtag silly wabbit.
His silly rabbit.
His what?
His silly rabbit.
His silly rabbit?
Yes.
Is that what he calls you?
No,
That's
I
what
call
you-
myself.
God, that's gold.
No.
That is gold. That is just one of the greatest exchanges in the history of the world. Not in the history of TV, not in the history of journalism, not in the history of silly wabbits. That is just an absolutely golden exchange. That is so incredible. He says, what? Like Barbara is just, she's like such distant. What?
His what?
His what?
His what?
His silly wabbit.
His what?
And then when she says, that's his nickname for you? She's like, no, that's my nickname for me. The ultimate self-gloss.
His what?
I love that we had to run her for self-glossing in somebody else's interview. That's my other favorite part about that.
His silly rabbit.
His what?
His silly
See, now
rabbit.
that was appropriate,
His silly
Alvin. You
rabbit?
didn't yip up.
Is that what he calls you?
You didn't
Yeah.
yip up and
That's
miss
not
that
myself.
4-inch putt to win the Masters. And then you drained that, Alvin. Way to run the silly wabbit from another interview.
His what?
Brian's in. Quote, hey, T. Rush. Meet the Rush King, LT. Oh, well played. Well played. If you know the show, that's well played. If not, hey, T. Rush, meet the Rush King, LT is good. Rome. I think Terry in Palm Springs misspoke. Instead of T. Rush or Trush, I think he meant trash. Trash is harsh. It wasn't trash. It just wasn't great. And he did self-gloss. And I was hoping there was a better story behind the handle T. Rush than, well, dude, my name's Terry Rush. You know, T. Rush.